Hello, greetings and salutations, all that good shit. Sorry I'm late. Mhm. I'm adulting on a Friday afternoon, so just bear on this blessed Good Friday. I'm adulting. Just give me 1 second, and we're gonna talk about this because this is a lot is happening, a lot is going on, and some of it I am surprised. I'm like, oh my god, really? And others I'm like, no, yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, so I forgot to pay my phone bill, y'all, and I had to go online and then I had to order lunch, so order food because I haven't eaten today. All I've had is some water, and we know that's not what God wants for me in this lifetime. All right, so hey, hold on. Okay, so greetings and salutations, beloveds. Welcome to the chit chat. Ain't gonna be no makeup today. I saved the beat for I'll do a pre-recorded beat for Easter Sunday and what my face gonna look like. I have got to get my mama has my dress. That's neither here nor there. How is everybody? Y'all okay? Ladies, how y'all doing? Fellas, y'all all right? Okay. So we gonna talk the boys are fighting again. They are continually fighting. They fight almost as much as women fight. They are very emotional. They're in their feelings, rightfully so. In this whole situation, there are both men and women. So, hey, Monk Chip. So we gonna get into this. So, here's what happened. So lately in the red pool, red pill. Let's start from the beginning, okay? So there is, y'all know there's certain sectors here on YouTube, like the beef sector, there's the black sector, there's the black manosphere, there's the red pill community. And so, and that's where all of this shit is jumping off at. Between it's the red pill black manosphere community that's having all of the issues and the whatnots and have and the things that are happening. So, if y'all will remember, walk with me, children, several months ago, maybe even almost a year ago, so ago, there was this white lady. I think her real name is Hannah, but she goes by just Pearly Things. And we came into the acknowledgement of who this lady was when she went viral for saying fat people don't deserve love and they can't get a high value fat women can't get a high value man and they don't deserve love because they're fat. So that already let me know what type of person she was. And so that's where we meet Miss Pearly Things. She says she talks out of the side of her ass. She says anything and everything that she wants to say. She doesn't do any research. She has no knowledge of anything, or she plays like or she gets the knowledge and ignore it and want to listen to whatever ping pongs are ringing around in her head about what the situation is. She's not a good person, not at all. That is the conclusion, in my estimation. That is the conclusion that I have come to. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me do this. I don't want to cuss the people on this Good Friday when they took my Lord and Savior and put him on the cross. Okay, hold on, children. Okay, let's do. Let's open this. Family, y'all, I am in here for a reason. My daughter is allergic to being warm. She has got the air on 64. Let me tell you about this heifer. before we jump back into Pearl and her shenanigans, right? So this little girl talk about I got the air on, and since I'm going to pay the light bill, uh, I want the air on such and such and for it to stay on because I don't want you to be turning the heat the air because I don't want the light bill to be high. Wonderful. Meanwhile, this heifer done put the air on and not auto. And then she put it on 64, which means I didn't understand why I couldn't get no relief from the cold air. Like this motherfucker just never gonna shut off until I went to look at the thermostat. This heifer had it on and not auto. Don't freeze me down. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. What's a lot of people going live right now? Won't even care. Okay, so I'm trying to Google this girl so y'all can see who we talk about. There's a lot of players. There's a lot of moving parts to this situation. Oh, her name is Esther. Is her name Esther? I think her real name is Hester. I thought it was Hannah. It don't even matter. She white woman. So here, I'm gonna share my screen. I don't, that's not what I want to. So this girl is constantly, she is the epitome. She picked me to the nth degree, y'all. She just be saying anything, y'all. I don't understand. So, but these self-hating black men have made this woman who looks like the bottom of the middle toe on my foot. This is their queen. This, she's the anti-feminist. This is the start and the beginning and the end. Even, yeah, her first name is Hannah. Even when she tries to put it on, her face card gets declined. Daughter, okay. So this is the little white girl who's causing all of the drama. Her name. Now she look like Hamage. Well, we're not gonna no Hamage slander around these parts. No Hamage slander. All right, so let me tell you what happened. So this bitch has been saying crazy shit for a long time. She has been roasted a couple of times by our good friends Abba and Preach because she don't know what the hell she be talking about. Hold on, let's see. Okay, so we gonna play this video from this man, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. His name is MTR. He is holding this broad accountable for what she is saying. And listen, we're not even gonna get into the Charleston White bullshit. So here's what happened. Hannah decided in her infinite wisdom. Hold on, let me. Oh, no wonder, because I'm trying to look at a picture within a picture, y'all. Okay, so and we'll get back to, and I'm gonna play that video for holding her accountable for what she did. So Miss Pearlie decided in her infinite wisdom that it would be appropriate to have on her podcast Nick Fuentes. If you do not know who Nick Fuentes is, let's do a quick Google search, shall we? Let's do a quick Google search. Let's Google Nick Fuentes. Okay? Are we all together? Nick Fuentes. Nicholas Joseph Fuentes, born August 18th, 1998, is an American white supremacist political commentator and live streamer. Jump down to the next one. That's what Wikipedia said. Southern Property Law Center says Nick Fuentes is a white nationalist live streamer who advocates pulling the Republican Party further to the extreme far right end of the political spectrum. The Anti-Defamation League says five things you need to know about Nicholas J. Fuentes. Nicholas Fuentes is a white supremacist leader, organizer, and podcaster who seeks to forge a white nationalist alternative to the mainstream GOP. Now he look old and haggardly. Not old and haggardly, friend. So, go down just a step further. White supremacist and Holocaust denier Nick Fuentes. Twitter suspends account of white supremacist Nick Fuentes. Okay? So we all have a good idea of who Nick Fuentes is. So Hannah, who when she got brought down to the front of the nigger carpet because she surrounds herself with black people. She is in London and she is surrounded by a bunch of African people. That's who works with her on her podcast. Like that's how she jumped into the Black Manosphere. It's because she has surrounded herself. She's surrounded herself with black people, black men, to be specific. There was a black woman. Her name is Melly King. She has since, I believe, had divested herself of this foolishness. She saw the writing on the walls, and like any smart black woman, she said, "Oh, I'm gonna have to take a rain check." So, Hannah. Let's go back to Hannah. Hannah, in her infinite wisdom, thought it would be appropriate to bring on this white supremacist man to have conversation. She wanted to, I don't know. It wasn't a debate. He was just a guest. Come on, talk to us. Come on, talk to us. Hey, Markel. So, Miss Hannah brought the white supremacists onto her podcast, strangely on a day when all of the black people were nowhere to be found. I wonder how that happened. So then, in their conversation, this heifer had the gall, the audacity to say out of her lips, "Oh yeah, well, they like to they embellish slavery. Like even the man who wrote Roots said that he wanted a myth for his people to live up to. So slavery really wasn't that bad. They embellished it a lot." Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what? Yes, honey. The whole manosphere the black manosphere is imploding over this white woman. Over this white woman. Hold on. Her. Her right now? Her right now. Imploding over her. Her. Right now. That's the one that's causing all the traumatizations. So she now there was a gentleman who when she first came to London, black African man who she worked with, and he had some things to say about his name is Sarah Garvey. Sarah Sara Garvey. That is that gentleman's name. And he came down he was like, I would like to come down to the congregation. I have a few things to say about baby girl. So he proceeded to tell the story of how they parted ways. And he doesn't hold any ill will towards her or nothing like that, but he was just trying to explain that the apologies that she gave for this, talk about, oh, I didn't know who he was. I didn't Google him or anything. I just heard his name being talked about. And so I just invited him onto the show so we could have a conversation. Pinky Tinky, we gonna get into that. Hey, little baby. So Rod Garvey comes down to the tubes and he says, I told this broad before she has a colonialist mindset. And let me tell you how I know. We've had conversation. I tried to educate her on her colonialist mindset. I even gave her some books that she refused to read to educate herself so that she could do better. Because when you know better, you tend to do better. But she just wants to keep her ignorance about these situations so she can do and say anything and then claim, oh, well, I didn't know. I'm not educated in these things. Lies, because you've had people in your life to tell you about this and try to educate you, but you want to remain willfully ignorant. So Rod comes down and he says, let me tell you what she tried to do to me. Because I know she has signed contracts with some more African people. Auntie Jenny, and the richest. I don't remember the man's name. But he dying on this hill. He dying on this white woman hill. So Mr. Garvey says, I was talking to her and she said, he said, I had just done contract work with her up until this point. He says, she wanted me to do X, Y, and Z. I gave her, this is my fee to do X, Y, and Z. She paid the fee. I did it. And that was it. And it was a per thing. Anytime I need you to do X, Y, and Z, my fee, Sarah, we're not talking about that today. So he said he wanted to do X, Y, Z. Whatever it is, I gave her what my fee to do that. She paid me. So she comes to me and says, hey, I want you to do like a topical news show, like 3 days out of the week, meaning that it is like a 9-to-5 job where you'll be here like 5 days out of the week to prepare to do this show that I want you to do 3 days out of the week for she said you can use my studio, you can use the cameras, we'll edit it and do all of those things. And she wanted, because he was helping her build her platform with the one-offs that he was doing. But she wanted him to do this and put it on his channel. And then she said to him, we're going to sign this contract. And he was like, what is the split? And she said 70-30, because the content and the money is coming from his channel. She wanted him to do this show, be preoccupied with this show for her, 7 days out of the week, 9 in the morning, 5 in the evening. The show airs Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. like it's a real job. And she said the split would be 70-30 off of the AdSense and the revenue that comes off of his channel. Not her channel, just Pearly Things, but his channel. Because he's already a well-established person in London, so he makes a good bit of money producing content for his channel. So he says, okay, so I get 70 and you get 30. This broad said, oh, no, I get 70, you get 30. I'm sorry, excuse me? So what you telling me is that you want me to start doing a show for content on my channel that airs 3 days a week. I have to work 5 days a week to make sure it's a topical news show. So I always got to stay in trend and on topic of what's happening. So I'm in the office 5 days a week from 9 to 5. So this is absolutely a 9 to 5 job. And you want me to put it onto my platform, but you want to sign a contract, a 3-year contract, that I'm going to split the ad revenue and AdSense with you, and the split is 70-30. And even though it's my channel, I only get 30 and you get the 70, and you not doing any other work. You just provided a studio, an editor, and some. Beloveds. So he told her, hell no. It was very much, oh, your children are so clean. Would you like to work for me and be my maid? Hell no. I'm sorry, what did you say to Miss Millie? I said hell. However, listen, ain't it though? So he told her, no, I'm not going to lock myself into a 3-year contract with me producing all of this content for my own channel, and then I only reap 30% of the rewards of all this hard work that I'm going to do. You who put nothing into this, you just provided a space. I have my own studio space. Hell, I could do this from my bedroom if I needed to. I can edit my own things. I don't need you to do this thing, and you want to take 70%. You've lost your. He politely declined, but he's like, and she told him that your 30% is on the high end, which means that Auntie Jenny and the other man, the richest or whatever his name is, their contracts, they're not even getting the 30. They may be getting 15 to 25. I don't know. Whatever she could bamboozle them into signing. Hold on, because I'm expecting food. Hold on, let me text the kid. Okay. All right. So once that jumped off, she did this interview. Like I said, she did this interview with Nick Fuentes. And then here come the child. I don't know. These people are in London. These are African people. I don't know if Auntie Jenny and the other guy are immigrants into London. Yes, I'm starving. Or if they were born in London and they're just of African descent, I don't know. I don't know all of the particulars. But going by that contract, I would believe they're immigrants and they just don't know. They don't know any better. Would be my estimation of what's happening. All right, so once this thing with Nick Fuentes jumped off, because it was like this. Y'all remember the movie Die Hard with a Vengeance at the beginning when the man made Bruce Willis put on that sandwich board and go to the hood that Samuel L. Jackson lived in, and it said, "I hate niggas" on it. And then Samuel L. Jackson was trying to cover him so the niggas at the end of the block wouldn't see this white man out here about to die. That was the reaction of most of Black people when we saw that she had done this and the things that she had said. Everybody was up in arms and upset, and rightfully so. Man, this girl got on Beyonce's internet and said that slavery was embellished. That we're lying about slavery. It wasn't as bad as everybody says it is. Because the writer of Roots, when he was talking about the story of Roots, said, "I wrote a myth for my people to live by." I would just like to say, ma'am, when that man said that, he meant the story of Roots was not true. Not that the atrocities did not happen. That's not what he meant, beloved. And I would just like to say Roots is the watered down version of what happened to us. It was far worse than what they showed on TV in 1976. Okay? I don't know, baby. I don't know. I don't know. If it's I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna go back here and we're gonna watch this. It's only copyright. Mr. Mediocre tutorials, please don't copyright claim me, please, sir. Thank you. So we're gonna watch this.
I wish you luck, and I don't.
Wow.
Now you notice ain't no niggas in the room.
I don't wish luck to racists.
Oh, I'm not racist.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Nick.
Yeah, I am a little bit racist.
And the Italians, we do not claim you.
Oh, hey, the Italians don't claim you. You're the one dating a black guy.
I'm not going to beat around the bush for this conversation. I'm going to get straight to the point. Pearl, you f***ed up. You knowingly invited a white supremacist and a self-proclaimed racist onto a platform which is primarily supported by, at least initially, and produced by Black people. Comes across as insensitive to downright nasty. I want to be clear. It's not just inviting said person to the conversation that's upsetting, because conversations with people who don't agree with each other or don't agree with a particular position, if done in a healthy way, can promote civil discourse. But your up was to not only not defend the people who help create the content on your platform, but to also push a narrative that is insensitive and damaging to those very same people. Pearl, you know that your staff is mostly Black people, and I'm talking about from a production perspective as well as a talent perspective. You also know that the majority of your content utilizes Black people
Okay, we're gonna have to stop it every few minutes because I don't want to. Because copy fair use. Okay, this is how we do fair use. This young man, his name is Mediocre Tutorial Reviews, and he is the one. I feel like he's the one that popped this whole thing off because he was like, "Man, what? You did what? You did what?" We gonna look at her sad ass apology video, where she never apologized, but he gonna get it. He's gonna give us the nuts and bolts of what happened. So let's continue.
Talking about Black relationship issues. You could have had Black people sitting in the same room with this person in order to combat some of the hellacious things that was coming out of his mouth, or to have a different perspective that would have lent itself well to demonstrate the respect for the people that watch your content and that you employ. I don't think that your platform would be as big as what it is today if it wasn't for the essential utilization.
Tracy, are you listening to what the man is saying? This is Mediocre Tutorials. He is the one who popped this thing off after she brought that man onto her show. And he is holding her accountable for her actions. Okay? All right. Everybody's in the same place? All right.
Of Black people, Black relationship topics, and Black talent. And the talent came from all over. When you include the likes of an Andrew Tate, all the way down to a Brittany Renner. And even from a content creator perspective, from me to a Melanie King, to a Sarah Garvey, to a King Riches, to an Auntie
King
Jenny.
Riches,
so for those just unaware of what's been going on, Pearl has recently come under fire for these particular comments.
I'm trying to get my Africans in America. My Africans. Oh, gosh.
Oh boy.
They're going to get
trouble.
yourself. This sounds slavery stuff too, because that's literally the founder, or the guy who made Roots, said I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often, but that's what they do, is they embellish. And I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible, it was,
Right.
but they want to make it like more horrible so that people.
That was cool, is that I came across these comments while I was.
She said we embellish slavery to make it sound more horrible so that we can control people. I don't think y'all heard me. She said we embellish slavery to make it more horrible so that we can control people. That's what the white ladies. Okay. I just want to make sure. And yes, she said her Africans, like the ones I guess she owns, the ones she takes ownership over, she's trying to get them to America. Her Africans. Okay. And we continue.
Live streaming a couple of days ago, and what started out as a laughy, jokey live stream where I wanted to talk about my time up in London quickly diverted to one of the worst live streams that I've ever had in my life. And honestly, it was a trip to hell as I discovered the magnitude of the conversation that she had with this figure by the name of Nick Fuentes, specific to the comments regarding slavery being embellished. I said this on the stream and I maintain it today, that Pearl needs to be held responsible for this comment. Likening a quote from the writer of Roots explaining a myth for his people to hold on to does not negate the documented history of the atrocities that happened to Black. And I'd argue that Roots was a light depiction of the savagery that my forefathers had to go through to ensure that I would be here today. But let me explain a little bit further how thoroughly that this actually is, because for me, it comes down to a question of ethics. You're interviewing a known Nazi sympathizer and an anti-Black creator and not offering any pushbacks whatsoever. And
he believes, Mr. Fuentes, hold on, let me make myself bigger so y'all can see me. He believes that the Holocaust didn't actually happen. He doesn't think it's real. He doesn't think that Auschwitz happened. He doesn't think that they rounded up those people and took them over there and put them in the showers with the acid. He doesn't think that actually he does. He thinks that we just pulled that out of our asses. Yeah. That's what. All right. Back to Mr. Tutorials.
in fact, you're adding in your own fake news regarding the embellishment or the exaggeration of slavery. Additionally, there are times within the conversation where it's laughy, it's jokey, it's kikiing, especially when you got specific in certain comments that reflected on CP time. And let me also say this, is that generally CP time is something that's laughed amongst people, melanation, but it's not taken as a joke when you're doing it with a person who is a self-proclaimed racist. Now that I've had the opportunity to digest all of the information, now that I'm on live stream, thousands of people, tens of thousands that are waiting for the perfect reaction for me, I begin to question why you didn't sympathize with the plight of African Americans or Black people in general. And not once in the interview did you have at least one pro-Black stance or some form of ethical defense or cultural sensitivity for the people who carry your production machine forward, or the people that you know that watch your channel. That's questionable at the very least, and it shows to me a degree of misguided that you are regard our culture and that you have some introspection to do, and you have found respect for understanding more about the people that work here, or who a component of the content is made for. The embellishment of slavery is where you display the true level of your insensitivity and lack of understanding about culture that you have immersed yourself in, whether you like it or not. Pearl, at the end of the day, you up. I completely, extreme, denounce your statements, and I believe that you need to be held completely accountable for your words and your actions. And I want you to do it for the sake of my history, for the sake of my community, for the sake of my audience. Followed me and will continue to follow me, Pearl. The people that found you through my channel because of these actions. And Pearl, we had a one-on-one conversation before I recorded this video. And I told you I can no longer work with you. We had a dating show that was in the pipeline, and I was super excited about releasing this content on your platform and then cutting it up and putting it up on my platform and reacting to it. We did great content up there. But along with these statements that have come up, I no longer feel comfortable in having that dating show footage released along with the other content that was recorded up there onto your platform. I in the future release more content on regarding my time in London. And to be honest, frankly, it really saw a lot that I wanted to be able.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is called integrity.
To speak about. And again, to my community, to my audience, to the people who have followed me and will continue to follow me into the future, I have to take personal accountability for my working relationship with Pearl. And trust me when I say I take full ownership and full accountability. I had absolutely no idea of the comments that were made in the Nick Fuentes interview And had I known this prior to, I would not have gone to London. I did not know about this until I came back. And then I went and did a live stream, and then my supporters let me know. For everyone else out there who's ever supported the platform and sent super chats, and for everyone who has been affected by this situation, like I said, for those of you guys that have followed my platform for a long time, do understand that at least I to comb who I have chosen to work with. If you guys already know, it hasn't been a lot of people, okay? I've also have a no beef policy on my platform because I think it does us no good to continue to promote fights and spats. I'm all about delivering value at the end of the day. But as a man in this space, I got to take full ownership and full accountability. And along with my accountability, now my definitive stance. I can no longer support or associate myself with the Just Pearly Things platform. And for those who still wish to continue to support voices of women that are down into the space who agree with the particular message that we put up on Jump Street, I want you guys to go check out and follow the following female content creators. All right, I got a list of their names right here. Don't want to forget anybody. Chantel Simone, The Crimson Cure, Denise Marie,
and Six the Goddess.
Melanie King, and Shara Ali. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know to do me over tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. What you guys think about this particular conversation? Leave your comments down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Until next time, YouTube. Peace!
I wish you luck, and, you know, I don't.
Wow.
I really don't. I don't wish luck to racists.
Oh, I'm not racist.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Nick.
Yeah, I am a little bit racist. But listen, but it's not because I hate people. I love people. It's just race is real. Race is real. Race is a part of us. So, hey, it is what it is.
And Italians, we do not claim you.
Oh, hey, the Italians don't claim you. You're the one dating a black guy. The Italians don't claim me. They don't claim you.
Oh, no, they claim me. They claim me.
I don't think so.
They do.
I see over real well.
Good one, Nick.
I feel like
there's some Italian.
No, but
for
I
you.
will make my
this
black
Italian
boyfriend
girl.
some
She
of that.
gonna jump up
Wow.
and bop.
You don't know any better.
You don't want to see me get that.
Okay, so yeah, so he decided. This young man held Alabaster Box accountable for her big bag of bullshit. And then there's another video we're going to look at from O'Shea Duke Jackson. Now, Mr. O'Shea, please, I'm begging you, please don't copyright claim me, sir. Because King Riches got mad at that young man, Mediocre Tutorials, for holding Toeface accountable for what she did. And so let the cooning and spooning begin. Now, y'all know how I told y'all that who is the white guy? Joshua, where you been this whole time? Joshua, where you been this whole? That is Nick Fuentes. Google Nick Fuentes just like I did, and to see who Nick Fuentes is takes 10 seconds. So y'all know how I told y'all that Alabaster Toeface got Auntie Jenny and King Riches in these terrible 360 deals, right? So we are going to watch this video from O'Shea Jackson from King Rich's Mad that mediocre tutorials is holding Toe-Face accountable. So this is King Rich's. He's the one in the 360 deal. He in a 360 deal through Bad Boys, through Republic. That means 5 niggas touch your money before you even get it. Like, shout out to Remy and Sheetha. So here we go. Here we go. Just let's watch the video.
A few hours ago, British-based YouTuber King Rich's finally gives his view of the whole Nick Fuentes debacle. He's also a YouTuber of Nigerian descent. So if you want to know where King Rich's comes in at, this is why he's important based on what Nick Fuentes said right here.
Yeah, I am a little bit racist.
And the Italians, we do not claim you.
Oh, hey, the Italians don't claim you. You're the one dating a black guy.
So, of course, Nick Fuentes is acknowledging that King Rich's is involved with an Italian, what appears to be an Italian-American lady, who he's also insulting King Rich's. And so that's why King Rich's is now responding to Uber, which we all know as mediocre tutorials and reviews, giving his perspective on holding Just Pearly Things accountable for being racist. Now, what I'd like to do is play a snippet of him reacting to mediocre tutorials and reviews. Come back and I'm not going to beat around the bush for this conversation. I'm going to get straight to the point. Pearl, you f***ed up. You knowingly invited a white supremacist and a self-proclaimed racist onto a platform which is primarily supported, at least initially, and produced by black people. This comes across as insensitive to downright nasty.
I don't know. I don't really agree with that, MTR. I don't agree with that because, I mean, Pearl is not the first person to bring white supremacists or racists onto a show. I just don't agree with that. And the fact that Pearl has staff who are, I mean, that, you know, at the point, do you know what I mean? I just think that she brought on a controversial person. Obviously, that was going to bring around like a conversation. It was going to get views. People want to hear what goes down. I think, that, you know, this is not the first show for supremacists on. Do you get what I'm saying? So, I mean, Oprah's done it. Jerry Springer's done it. A lot of other people with shows have done that thing. So I think you may be exaggerating that particular point a little bit. But anyway.
And I want to be clear. It's not just inviting said person to the conversation that's upsetting, because conversations with people who don't agree with each other or don't agree with a particular position, if done in a healthy way, can promote civil discourse.
Okay.
But your up was to not only not defend the people who help create the content on your platform, but to also push a narrative that is insensitive and damaging to those very same people. Pearl, you know that your staff is mostly black people. And I'm talking about from a production perspective as well as a talent perspective. You also know that the majority of your content utilizes black people talking about black relationship issues. You could have had...
I'll say this from my own point of view. I've had my channel for many years before any of you even knew Just Pearly Things. Before I was working with her, I had a channel and I talked about, you know, racial issues and things of that nature.
It's the tap dancing. I'm just because you know you got copyright fair use. It's the tap dancing for me to try and explain away why you're okay with this white woman and what she's doing. And because you've trying to 360 deal with her, so you can't get out. I don't know how long your deal is for, but you can't get out. Okay.
No, men's self-improvement. So that clear, because people, they're coming out and saying stuff along the lines of, oh yeah, you can't say nothing because was your boss and blah blah blah. I've always been able on channel that is just been consistent and constant. So I just want to make that clear.
Black people sitting in the room with this person in order to combat some of the hellacious things that were coming out of his mouth, or to have a different perspective that would have lent itself well to demonstrate the respect for the people that watch your content and that you employ. I don't think that your platform would be as big as what it is today if it wasn't for the essential utilization of Black people, Black relationship topics, and Black talent. And the talent came from all over. When you include the likes of an Andrew Tate, all the way down to a Brittany Renner. Even from me to a Melanie King, to a Sarah Agari, to a King Riches, to an Auntie Jenny. So is unaware of what's going on, has come fire for these particular comments.
I'm gonna get Africans. African.
Why I don't do that like sounds like, I mean, Brett, like it sounds like you're trying to push the narrative that, you know, and I kind of feel like that's a bit unfair because you know Pearl personally. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you know her personally.
That's why he's doing it, because
You've
he
had
knows her
conversations with her.
personally.
You've got to know her, just as I've got to know her. You know she's not racist, bro. So, you know, I've that.
And that is really what the issue is. If I may cut into what's being said by this child. They're like, keep saying, oh, we know her. She's not racist. We know what racism is. We know what racism looks like. We know what it feels like, and we've never gotten that from her. Yeah, this is one of her Africans. It's not just the overt racism. It's the sneaky shit that you got to watch out for. Just because she not calling you a nigga and to your face and being nasty to your face, let's count the microaggressions that she's done towards you and Auntie Jenny and all the Black people who are uplifting and supporting her. Let's do that. He's in the sunken place. You can't tell me no different. But let's finish hearing him shuck and jive, y'all.
In my friend's part, that's a bit distasteful, but you go.
That's what I'm hearing here is doesn't feel feels like the term it appears that he should have handled something on just everything. Say this going to be doing this better than he ever has. So his she I think he's racist. He ain't not no time call him and have about him if had he's not a week. whole staff. I've actually been the one fixing the staff. Problem here is and change a whole bunch of people's mind. I get all that hate in the comment sections. Glad he's doing well. Then they did wrong. Happening on the channel. We give him a pass on this because he's actually directly involved. Nick Fuentes for that's how he feels. I mean, has an Italian girlfriend and all that, and whatever doing, feels like it ain't her out. So that's his opinion, right? What do y'all get out of it, though? That's what I want to talk about. What do y'all get out of it? And now I'm about to bring the players. That's why so many blacks just move. Don't even worry about who wants to deal with interest and complain.
Okay, so he's just saying, O'Shea was saying, because I know it started to break up a little bit, that if the man that they are talking about, who is that young man, don't have a problem with it and don't feel disrespected by it, then he's not going to say anything to him. But he's like, but you other niggas who none of this is about, who is steady defending this bullshit, he said he going to cuss y'all out every time. He gonna cuss them out every time. Now hold on, let me find her apology, which wasn't really an apology. Hold on, let's find her apology if we will. Okay, because it's like 12 minutes. Hold on, let me. All right, so we gonna listen to the Alabaster Box. There she go. We gonna listen to her.
What up, guys? Welcome to Just Pro
Her apology.
YouTube channel, and welcome to my thoughts. I give my morning coffee today. I have a chai tea. I quit coffee. You guys don't care about what I'm drinking. Okay. Today, I'm going to be addressing the Nick Fuentes situation. Yeah, I know why you guys are here. Okay. So I want to first say I take full accountability for everything that happened. Everything that happens in life, as I say to the girls on my show, is my own fault. The fact that people are making these videos is my own fault. And the situation that I'm in is my own fault. Now, I'm going to give you guys an explanation and give you guys context for some of the conversations that were had. Just know it's not an excuse. It's my own fault. I take full accountability for everything that happened. Okay. So, but I'm going to answer questions that people have brought my way. So the first thing is, why did you have Nick on? So, the reasoning behind having Nick Fuentes on was because I heard that he was on the no-fly list and he lost his bank account. Now, from your point of view, you would think, why would you invite someone on that's on the no-fly list, right? That would be a bad. Well, he's not anymore. That's how he flew, but he was. So I was more just curious why this man was banned and everything. Now, I've seen a lot of videos that say I play dumb or I'm playing dumb. And I'll tell you what I knew and what I didn't know. So I did know that he was a known racist. I did know he was a known sexist. I did know that basically every bad name in the book from the right and the left, everyone hated him. So the reason I had him on,
it's okay,
because,
y'all.
guys,
She didn't
people
know.
say that stuff about me. They say I'm sexist. They say I'm a misogynist. And, you know, I really just like to give people the benefit of the doubt when I interview them. I don't go into interviews trying to interrogate someone. I just more try to listen and see where they're coming from. In hindsight, that wasn't smart. And in hindsight, I should have had someone, you know, maybe Sarah Garvey, maybe another content creator that could have pushed back more and really was more educated on the topics that he was talking about than
Or
I
you
was.
could have
'Cause
Googled him like
I
we did
certainly
and
was
figured
not an
out what the
expert
fuck
in any
who
of the
this
stuff
man was.
that he was talking about.
Okay.
I did remove the interview. I, again, did not think through a lot of the repercussions of posting that, so I just removed it. If you do want to see the full interview, Obsidian did react to it. That's on his channel. The intention was not, I guess, to hide it. It was just, you know, this might not have been the best move. I'm just going to remove it now. So again, racism has no place in society, and I do take accountability for bringing him on. Hindsight's always 2020. I wrote down some of the complaints that people had. So if I look this way, it's just because I made bullet points of everyone's concerns and I'm just addressing them. Okay. My Africans, that part. So in the heat of the conversation, I made some remarks to my producer, Blessing. Now, Blessing is a godsend. Okay. Blessing has made the production quality literally phenomenal. He's so talented. And during this conversation, we were talking about immigration. And I said, I'm trying to get my Africans to America. Now, I watched it back, guys. It was so cringy. Oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing. I met my African employees. I just said Africans. The reason
Tracy.
is
Exactly.
because, like, why wouldn't you just say my employees or whatever to America? The African passport system.
We're 4 minutes in, and I've yet to hear I apologize or I'm sorry. I heard I take accountability and everything is my fault. Okay. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and y'all hearing what I'm hearing.
System is just more difficult than the UK one. I didn't know, like, Blessing had to go to the embassy or something to apply to go to America with me next month. We're going to go do some work there. And the immigration process is a bit more difficult. That's why I refer to that, because we're helping wanted them you know, I really culture. I had no knowledge. It was stupid. It was stupid. Okay. Oh, let's talk about my Africa is the other one, and then the joke about Blessing being late. So one thing that they cut out from that clip was that Nick Fuentes did say after, "Oh, I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm just kidding." Okay. Now, even so, it was still in poor taste. And I think about at the time was, sorry, for those that didn't see it, basically Nick Fuentes was talking about he's always late. And I said, you were on time today. Oh, Blessing was the one that's late. And it's sort of an inside joke here at Just Pearly Things. Like, Blessing is just, he's phenomenal, but he's just he's a late guy. And every time he comes in, he says African time. Now, Pearl me. So when I was referring to him during this joke, I was like, African. I was saying time what he says when he. This was not just we did have some that's a suppressed race, like, you know, making that joke in front of him with him is just in poor taste. And I did apologize to him for it. I really had no malice or ill will. But, you know, stupid. It was just stupid. Okay. The next thing is I've gotten a lot of criticism for, you know, using the Black culture and then I'm going right and leaving it, like that sort of thing. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but that seems to be a big point of contention. My intention was never be leader in the Black manosphere or the manosphere in general. I really have always just looked at the men as the leader. I mean, they're the thought leaders. Let's just be honest. And me, I try to support them in any way I can. I bring them on my show, but saying I'm a leader in the space, I feel like women follow, men lead. So I really think, yeah, that's just my opinion. Now, the other thing was the demographic of the women on my show. Guys, I haven't done recruiting in months. So when I started, I never expected it to blow up this fast. I never in my life thought I'd have 1 million subscribers in a year. I wrote my goals for the year before and it was 100,000. I thought I'd maybe get 100K by the end of the year. Okay, that's what I thought. Now, everything blew up so fast, and I haven't done recruiting since maybe July. The only time I have is maybe to help out if we're low on a show. So or if there's a really big panel like the Andrew Tate panel, absolutely. I handpicked everyone that was on that. But in general, guys, I'm going to be addressing the Nick Fuentes.
I'm going to pause because I'm going to go back to where it was at 7 minutes and 40 some odd seconds. I'm going to leave it right there. But 7 minutes in, almost 8 minutes in, still no apology.
Tape panel, I handpicked everyone that was on that. But in general, guys, I really don't recruit. I think one reason that there have been so many Black people on the show is because the recruiter that I picked was Nigerian. And he just had the type of job that he could recruit while he went on the job. And he knew a lot of people. He was already in the podcast space. So he was just a good recruiter. So it makes sense that he knows more Nigerian women. Yeah. Okay. But again, yeah. The next part. Now, this was the part that was probably the dumbest part of the whole interview. This was the stupidest, the dumbest. Oh, this was stupid.
Here we go.
So I said that slavery was embellished in the interview. Now, that not only is that comment insensitive, it's not accurate. There were things in slavery that were worse than what was shown on TV. What I was referring to, I don't even want to tell you guys what I was trying to say because it wasn't what came out and it doesn't even matter. Again, if you watch the full thing, right, I was more referring to the system.
She doesn't apologize
using atrocities to control people. That's what I was trying to say. But to say that it wasn't that it was embellished is so stupid, insensitive. And nor am I, sure, I've read a couple books, but I'm not informed or qualified enough to really have that conversation. So not bringing someone else onto the show, again, stupid. Now, the next thing is that my friend Gabby came on the show with him, and she's dating someone that is Black. And he would say openly racist comments to her. Now, I should have pushed back on that. I've been in interracial relationships. So for me to not push back on that, especially with all of the people that have been on my show, was stupid. It was stupid. I just, I was kind of like a deer in the headlights. I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh gosh. And the video we were watching wasn't even supposed to be about that. So I really don't have an excuse. It was just stupid. And again, I take full accountability for this stuff. And, if I had to do it over again, I would do it differently. But I can only move forward. So,
Who was the man who walked past the door? Was it me? I don't know. I'm black. No, it wasn't a black man. Y'all are
Sorry, I want to make sure. I want to make sure that I addressed everything. I think I did.
I'm not talking to you anymore, friend.
Because I talked about recruiting. I talked about. Okay. So, moving forward, I really would be open to having a discussion with someone that can bring more awareness and education to the situation. So I'm open to you guys' suggestions in the comments. I also invite anybody that's made a video about me or has comments to address with me to go on Obsidian's stream tonight. It's 8 p.m. GMT. Blessing will also be there. And yeah, because I don't want to run from this stuff. Again, a lot of this stuff was not well thought out. A lot of this stuff I could have done better, and I do take full accountability for that. So, go on the stream if you got something to say. I also would like to say I really don't have beef with anyone in the space that made videos about me. I understand where they were coming from. I understand where
lies. Okay, that was the end of the apology because nobody has time for this bullshit. All right, so let's discuss the fact that I don't have beef with anybody who's made a video about this, though now it has come out that she's going around copy striking videos about this situation. She's running around putting copyright strikes on people's videos. She's using that. Absolutely, she is. Listen, I really feel like she would do the same thing. Exactly. Okay, so here's where my issue with this whole thing is, because now all the black men in the black manosphere are clearly in two camps. Those that continue to support this lady and she's not a racist. You're wrong. And then the ones that got some sense is like, no, you fucked up. There was some racist bullshit that you did. We holding you accountable. We gonna hold your feet to the fire for this. Ain't no. Does she know what beef? Not what beef is. Okay. Just 3 things. Okay, that's fine. All right. So hold on, because I'm going to show you something else. Because I want you to see the extremes to which these niggas is cooning for this white lady. Because first of all, the lead attorney is caping for this bitch. There's this man, his name is Angry Man. I've talked about him before, I'm sure I have. Angry Man, he's caping for her. Listen, she sat on the panel and smirked when the black man attacked the black woman for disagreeing. Of course she did, because that's what she does. She's an awful, nasty, horrible person. Hold on, I'm trying to. That's not gonna work. I can't do that. Hold on. We gonna watch this some of this because this thing is 2 hours. I'm not watching the whole thing again. But we gonna. Hold on, let me make sure.
Right now. But you have to understand the real history.
Because somebody came to this man's show, because she made the claim that we embellished slavery and that it wasn't as bad as we're saying it is. And this man agreed with her. He said it wasn't. They ain't.
Damn, bro, the way you coming at another brother, like this is everybody. So
Hold on. I'm just trying to get it to the right spot so I don't have to listen to.
slavery was in parts of it, or slavery was an embellishment, and he's criticizing us. Think about it.
She gonna say the and then he say that's not what she said. Hold on, here we go. This is some bullshit, y'all. I kid you not. Oh God, hold on.
About Roots was accurate. What she said about Roots was a fact. You can go look it up. You can go look it up. What she said about Roots was accurate. Now, for those of you that want to say, oh, she's one of the white liberals that try to use XYZ to control people, but she just described to you what white liberals do. I'm literally giving this nigga a chance here. I'm giving him a chance here. Because so far, he's basically just sweeping the fact that she just said slavery wasn't parts of it, or slavery was an embellishment, and he's criticizing us.
Strike me, sir.
Think about it. This tone, this manner, he's finger wagging at us. Meanwhile, he just basically said the very same thing that should basically get you thinking about the type of woman that would invite a racist to the podcast and make that kind of comparison to Nazi Germany. I'm trying to get this nigga a chance here. So I hope he has a valid explanation, bro. So why would she out herself if that's what she was? Because that's what she was talking about. She said where they will take something like slavery or racism, embellish it for the purposes of controlling you. That's what she was talking about. Which is the same thing that Brother Malcolm talked about. So it starts to get to the point where... What exactly did Brother Malcolm talk about, Angry Man? What did you mean by that? What did Brother Malcolm talk about? Because that's not the same thing what Pearl meant in that context. That's what set a lot of people off. So right now you doing this tap dancing to lecture us, but go around the issue versus holding her responsible for at least say, why did you say that? That was so dumb. Matter of fact, why did you even invite Nick Fuentes without having somebody sit up there? Where's the accountability? If it was a video of some a black woman, or hyena, as you guys like to call it, which I find crazy, by the way, right?
Yeah, they call us hyenas. Us black women were hyenas.
You right up here doing a little YouTube short or YouTube video, or you do a 2-hour live stream on it.
He's talking about this woman. He's talking
about she can find herself a man at 32. Girl, please. All y'all singing that song and dance. But here's someone that clearly did wrong, and you have an opportunity to hold her accountable because she was elevating this space as a OG. Where is the accountability? You spent years holding women accountable, but yet this white girl just lets her slide. Because y'all want to make money? Because y'all think you're business owners? Like, what is this? Where you got to ask the question, are you offended because of what she said? Or are you just offended because she's white? What? I tried. He
lived in 30 seconds. Not 30 seconds later. He said, are we offended just to be offended, or are we offended because she's white? I tried to give you a chance, my man. Like, what? Because she's white? Because she's white? Are you what are you talking about? Obsidian
he said that she should leave the Black Manosphere. It didn't matter if she was white or not. So clearly it wasn't the race part. Clearly there's something else that we are upset about, and you just that you just glossed right past it. And then all of a sudden, your rationale was she white? Where the fuck did you come up with?
I don't know, but
that
he's
shit,
I don't know.
No, she said slavery was an
I
embellishment.
don't know. But he doesn't like black
Roots,
women at all. He
Roots
hates
wasn't
us.
even the half of it. It was worse than that.
He hates us.
So what she said about it, not accurate. None of that shit is accurate. Even what you just said right now, not accurate. Nigga, we don't care if she's white. There's a bunch of black dudes in the Manosphere right now that are caping for her. They don't care. Look at Obsidian's channel. They don't care.
That's what I want to know, Tracy. Why can't it be both things? We're offended because she said something offensive
Jesus
and
Christ.
because she was white.
Mr. G, shout out to you for the $2 chat.
Both
Children
things
listen
can
to
be true at the
Professor
same time.
Valdez. Hey, listen. Hey, listen, Angry, this was not a good look, bro. You already starting off with the L.
Right, but that's not why they call us hyenas, Xavier. We know what it is.
And see, this is why I didn't want to take nobody else's word for it. I would rather go see the clip for myself, hear what was said for myself, and then make my own assessment. I didn't see her say anything wrong. And on top of that, while she was saying it, she was tiptoeing. She was tiptoeing through the tulips. This nigga. She was walking on eggshells while she said it. This nigga. So what I'm trying to figure out is what were you so offended by? Because she wasn't prepared to say it. She was the person who we didn't mind coming to the table and basically eating off of some of y'all niggas. And we didn't mind it. It was just that when she set a conversation up with a guy like Nick Fuentes, all right, a racist, self-proclaimed racist, Donnie, okay? Well, you need to be prepared because you have a platform that hires mostly blacks and Africans, right? So if you're the host of that show, you got two things. You're either going to get yourself knowledgeable to have that conversation, or B, get somebody else to sit in the room. Angry Man, our point of contention is that she did neither of those. She didn't even call MTR. She didn't even call SR Garvey. She didn't even call Melanie King. She didn't call any of these guys. She just went ahead and did it. So you coming up here saying that we're just offended because she's white, where did that narrative even come from? That don't even make any sense. That's like the worst argument I've ever heard, bro. It's not because she's white. It's because she sat up there and made her employees look bad. She sat up here and made herself look bad. And not only that, she sat up there and embarrassed every single Manosphere leader that put her up there. Right there. That podcast is a visual representation on all of y'all niggas' failures on that screen. That's why it broke the Manosphere apart. Because people who on one side that saw it and felt shame came out against it, like the O'Shea Duke Jacksons and the MTRs of the world. But the other guys who saw that but didn't want to take accountability, they said, well, fuck it, I'm going to just stick with Pearl.
Right. Now they're keeping for her and trying to call everybody else
liars.
Over they're oversensitive.
No one cares if she's white, bruh. We cared about her setting up a conversation she was not prepared for, making us all look stupid. Bro, were you thinking when you did this live stream, Angry Man, or did you getting too buzzed up them cigars, bro? Come on, dog. What's going on? Shout out to Stanley. Shout out to Artisan. Artisan said, here for the angry tape. Appreciate you. Stanley said, keep rocking. So my question is, what are you really offended by?
It's meant to be derogatory, but they're so.
What are you really upset about?
I don't understand what a hyena actually
is. I see we got Anna in the back. And I'm telling you right now, Anna, you come up here and say something crazy, you're going to get booted immediately. I'm telling you right now. Not even joking. So if you think you're going to come up here and say some ridiculous shit, you sadly mistaken. You feel me? Let's see what Anna has to say. What do you have to say?
Hi, Angry Man. How are ya?
I'm doing fine. What do you have to say?
I don't think she was racist. I think it was more likely taken out of context. I think that what she meant to say, I think what people think she said was, oh, was slavery at the moment. Like, it wasn't that bad. It didn't, what made it a little worse, she did say, oh, well, some slaves had it good, so it wasn't that bad. Kind of like dismissive. It's kind of like the argument, oh, well, great. Great ain't that bad, because some other...
Yeah, see, you already talking crazy. That ain't even what you were saying. You already talking crazy. Who the fuck was that?
Now he yellow and angry.
She already talking crazy. That is not.
He gave her
what
10
that woman was
seconds.
saying. It's not what she was saying. Hold on a second, you guys. Let me get my.
Of course, because she was a black
StreamYard
woman and she was
screen up here.
speaking. It was too much and he got rid of her.
No, it's not that screen. Not that screen. Well, let's see. CP, you're muted.
What's going on?
What's good with you?
Yeah, man. So my question is what parts of slavery were embellished?
You said what?
What parts of slavery were embellished, according to her?
She wasn't talking about slavery. She wasn't talking about slavery. She was talking about the movie Roots. He embellished certain parts. He embellished certain historical facts about slavery in that series.
No, she said just like the slavery thing, and then she brought up Roots. So first she brought up slavery, and then she compared slavery.
Check this out.
to Roots.
Check this out. Hold on. Stop for a second. I'm gonna explain it to you again because you ain't listening. You trying to find something to be mad about. So I'm explaining it to you one more time. Okay. The man who created the movie Roots, okay, which is where most of y'all's knowledge about slavery actually comes from. Wow. He stated clearly that he wanted to make slavery look way worse than it already was.
What? No, bro. The movie Roots, it didn't even cover the half of it. They couldn't. If they really put what really went down.
And old Toe-Face got her stupid ass on the internet and said exactly that.
Yeah, it didn't even go deep enough. How could you?
He compared slave. She said
what are you arguing?
That because she heard the quote.
But go back and play. Even your argument with the Roots not making.
We're gonna get back to him in 1 second. What Toe-Face said. Toe-Face got onto the internet with this racist white man and said that we like to embellish slavery and use it as a control tactic for people. Because she heard the quote from the man from Roots who said that he wanted a myth for his people to live by. So she took that statement to mean that because he's the one who wrote Roots, which was about slavery, then we're lying about slavery. And we're embellishing it, making it sound worse than what it was to control people. That's the statement that was made. He don't have evidence. That's what he believes. So it must be true, Xavier. That's what he believes. Those are his feelings.
Making sense. Yo, JS Hooper, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. He says, how much have these guys been paid, bro? The Daily Mail money must be good. Cooning for Candace coins. Hey, listen, hey, listen, 2024 is next year. Okay? That's only a couple months now. All right? Time's moving fast. Trump, there's going to be a whole lot of media wave behind him, okay? And that's what's
it's not even
happening.
control
a lot
us.
Of these guys
we
are just trying to catch
I guess,
that
controlling white
and
people
ride it all the way to
by making them in regards to.
That's why a lot of their talking points right now are coming from. It's like they're just denying their own blackness in favor of adopting white culture. It's like these guys, they think that just because you put capitalism and money above all else, that you're better.
Another tidbit about old Toe-Face. Here's how I know all of this is a calculated. Hello, friend. You're so goofy. It's empty. That cup is empty, baby. Exactly, friend. Hold on. No, I'm clumsy. I'm going to knock it over. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Get out of my camera, fool! So this is how I know all of this is calculated. She meant all of these things she is a part of the cog and all of the machinations that are happening. Guess who her management team is? Guess who she shares a management team with? That would be the Candace Owens. The Candace, I'm a super coon Owens. I hate myself and all black people, Candace Owens. I wouldn't know the truth if it bit me in my face, Candace Owens. I like to turn everything against black people, Candace Owens, because we're the root of all the problems. That Candace Owens. You heard me right. Toeface and Candace Owens, same management team. Same people are managing the both of them. They are connected. Now, I want you to rethink everything that's been said and everything that's been done. And y'all tell me what conclusions y'all come to while we look at Doofus over here caping for old Toeface.
Life is just better, and there's no such thing as racism. There's no such thing as all these subtle, what do you call it, subliminal shit that you see out here.
Don't it though?
No, it's alive and well. Ain't shit changed, bro. Just because you got a little coin in your pocket does not mean shit's gotten better. This dude is crazy.
Yeah, she meant it.
Okay, it was already bad, but he wanted to make it look worse. To quote unquote inspire black people or whatever.
Worse. How can you make slavery look even worse? They had to make it pretty for the TV. And even that didn't go deep enough. Jesus, angry man.
It is saying that. That's what she was talking about. Y'all are actually conflating the two things. That's what she was talking about.
So she compared slavery to roots. She used roots to describe slavery. In all reality, slavery was actually worse than roots.
No,
because if you look at the Jim Crow era,
no, it wasn't.
When you look at the if you look at the Black Codes era, like
no, it wasn't.
I mean,
no,
you can have. I mean, you can have your opinion. You can,
brother. No, it wasn't.
You can pretty much defend her statement, but
bro, it's a historical.
She's sitting there with a white supremacist,
bro,
speaking on black issues, saying slavery wasn't that bad, just like
yo, do you fucking hear me talking? And he left. You see, this is what I mean by clown ass niggas. That's a clown ass nigga.
How? Of course, maybe he can get his thoughts off, but like, how is he a clown? Angry man. Dog. Out of the both of y'all niggas, like, hey, out of the both of y'all niggas, you the only one with a red beard, bro. I mean, let's just be real.
He meant what he said, right? Joshua.
But still, how is he a clown?
Wasn't as bad.
How do y'all call into
Roots
these shows and just
he tried to say he tried to tell him slavery was worse than what they showed on Roots. He said no, it wasn't.
He didn't even realize
he
made himself just look dumb. And guys, this was before the whole what do you call it, S.R. Garvey, when he dropped the receipts on the actual contracts, because the contracts is what really brought everything to the surface, because she can make this racist remark with Nick Fuentes on TV or on YouTube, whatever, but then it comes out you have a bunch of Black and African employees in these ridiculous contracts where you're going to their YouTube channels and jacking 70% of their shit, all because they get to use your studio with the pretty little lights and your editor. So when S.R. Garvey or Sarah Garvey, when he brought that to light, that made this whole thing just look crazy. And it made him look right. The whole colonial mentality, it was correct. So you sitting up here saying he's an idiot for what? Bruh.
Mother raised nigga right there.
Jesus. This is how they insult themselves.
I've talked about this shit numerous times on this show. Was slavery fucked up? Yes, it was. Was slavery the way they depict it in movies and series like Roots? No.
It was worse.
It was not.
It was worse.
It was not. There are many elements of chattel slavery that is left out of those movies, that is left out of those series. But I get it. See?
So then what are you arguing? You just sat there and yelled at him by saying that Pearl was saying that Roots made light of slavery. And now here you're saying, well, yeah, it was worse. They didn't put a whole lot of their child stuff in Roots. Yeah, that's what we were saying. They made it really light. So Pearl was wrong. And you were defending what exactly?
What I talk about for a while now. Okay, this is what I've been talking about a while now. Like, black people as slavery and racism weave for black women.
These cannot go 5 seconds without redirecting that to black women. It just shows you, bruh, this hate that these niggas have for black women, it's so fucking deep, and it makes no fucking sense. I knew y'all niggas were weirdos. I knew it. Like, what the hell? Like, what? We for black women? Why you can use any other example? Just we for black women. Yeah. Why did he use that? Because it's gonna get his child all riled up. It's gonna get him all angry. Like, yeah, these women. Oh yeah, these men. They're angry up here on YouTube. They behaving like these women that lost their weaves. Huh? What warranted that comparison? Like, for real, Angry Man. Black women with weave. Yo, you sounding crazy, bro. And this is you black, nigga. No matter what, because Malcolm X, when he talked about black people, he meant everybody that wasn't white. So you over here trying to quote him and not know what the hell you quoting. Just know that. Just because you might be mad, well, I don't know if he's Hispanic because what is it? Well, his name is like crazy, Xavier or something like that, right? Listen, that's what he meant. So you sit here comparing racism for black folks to weave for black women. What are you saying? This is Pearl we're talking about. Nigga, this is Pearl that you are doing this for. Like, what are you saying? Jesus
That's our question.
You can't speak on it without these niggas being extra fucking butthurt and in their goddamn feelings. You cannot have an objective conversation with niggas about racism or fucking slavery.
She didn't even have an objective conversation. She just sat there in a Fuentes. Why are you yelling at us for holding her accountable, G? Like, what is wrong with you?
That's my question, Xavier.
What? Yo,
what is
this? Yo, what is it? This is why we divide.
For the black Manosphere?
Because some of y'all niggas get a few bit of coin in your pocket, and now you think you're closer to the white man. You think you're closer to the industry. If you Anton, you think you are the industry. That's the separation they're talking about. I wouldn't be surprised if some of y'all house niggas, like, realistically are the reason why a lot of these movements crashed. Damn, bro, the way you coming at another brother, like, this is everybody. So what if you don't agree with them? They still have a right to be angry. And if someone who shares reflection, you should feel that struggle.
Okay, that's enough. I can't do it no more. Listen, I tried, y'all. They just want they don't know how not to coon for they little track queen. They don't know how not to coon for her. Like, y'all are so Angry Man's talking about people being too emotional while he is, because that's his shtick. He stay emotional. He stay in his emotions. He stay in his feelings about stuff. He likes to scream and holler at people because he's angry. But then instead he talk about how women are emotional and all these other things. We not the ones yelling at y'all. In fact, we like to be left out of this narrative. This is between you and your white queen. But this is the story as old as time. He said that they're acting like black women. That they're being emotional because they got offended by what this white woman said. So, because they think it's a bad thing and a horrible trait, they are associating it with being a black woman. This is just part one of the foolishness. I'm going to get some clips together for tomorrow. Because black women are going to enter the chat with this foolishness. And we also need to get into the Anton, what's his name, Davis? And the lead attorney. Because these black men is not going to let their white queen go down without a fight. But in the illustrious words of my good brother, El Teddy, white women have been at the bottom of whole ass civilizations being destroyed. Child. There's more. Oh, there's a lot more, Xavier. It's too much for one sitting. I'll get the clips together so we can go over the other players into, because we got the lead attorney, we got Anton Daniels, Danica Marie, and Six the Goddess. It's a lot. They still crying about Kevin Samuel. You know what? We're not even going. Y'all. The house is on fire. Say it again, Xavier. And something about him that was weird. He is weird. But he gonna come into play him. So I just wanted to give y'all the basis. We're gonna get into part 2. Come on. We'll get into part 2 tomorrow. I'm gonna go do some work this last hour. And I'll holler at y'all later for something. Watch out for white women. I'll holler.